Well, it seems to me that the next news network may have flipped sides to China. This, the story reads, "Oh wow, look who just challenged New York Mayor de Blasio." They they're talking about Andrew Yang, who was the guy, the Oriental guy that was running for president back when Trump was running. Well, this man wants barcodes on people to see if they've been vaccinated or not. I'll even put the I'll even put the link out there for you. The next news network shows they're turning their back and turning their allegiance and turning their colors. Hey, Five Speed. Hey, Caterpillar. How y'all? Hope y'all are well. Um, let's talk about what's also in DC. Quite an interesting find doing research. There's striker groups. There's F-15s. Good, Five Speed. Good, good, man. Glad to hear it, bro. There's striker groups that are in DC. There's uh, over 2.5 million rounds, 7.62 military rounds in DC. There's over 500,000 rounds of 50 caliber machine gun rounds. There are uh, um, two units, repair units for vehicles and things like that in DC. There are there are drone units. There's air to air jet fighting capability. I mean, all sorts of neat things now in DC, along with a few, it was comparatively a small handful of Marines in DC right now. Uh, if you look at how they set up the fencing around DC, or around the Capitol Mall, I should say, that's quite interesting. That's also quite an interesting thing to see as well. Most fencing's to keep people in. This is definitely to keep people out, to keep a person in. The razor wire goes in towards the prison. The razor wire on that is pointing out, away from the Capitol. It could be very concerning. Could be. Because I honestly do not think the people of the United States, I may be wrong, but I just don't think people of the United States are stupid enough to go into a trap uh, that is set like that to go into a bloodbath. I just don't think they're that stupid. I may be wrong, but I just don't think they're that stupid. So what's that leave? Could it also mean that we might be expecting a country that don't like us so much going to try to take us out, like China, because they see our division? They see our division is deep and wide. What a perfect time to attack. Any country that has ever attacked another country, for the most part, so seeds of deceit and division, then attack. It's how the Roman Empire fell, one of the greatest empires of the world at that time. They showed seeds of deceit and division, then attack. Uh, Not saying that it was a bad thing, because from what I read, they were going for their freedom. So I don't have a problem with that. But why wouldn't an evil country that don't want democracy, and it says pissed off that we're selling arms to Taiwan, which they said they were going to try to take Taiwan back in 2021. Been all over the news with that, and everything else. Why wouldn't they be pissed off? We cut off all their funding and money. Why wouldn't they be pissed off at us? Think about that. FDSS, I agree. I agree. Well, trust me, you're glad to eat it. May not be a military coup. Maybe they're preparing for an attack. There was something that was brought up not too long ago that was quite interesting as well. The Pacific Fleet took up defensive positions on the East Coast, or on the West Coast. Some of them did, and also on the East Coast. The Atlantic divisions also took up defensive positions off the East Coast. That was something that was forgotten. Why would they do that? Long before the uh, vote even took place. Almost 3 weeks before the vote took place, they took up defensive positions. And they've been holding steady in defensive positions since. Oh, I'm sure they're part of it, Caterpillar. I'm sure they're part of it. I just wanted to give you all some food for thought, things to think about. Why would we put part of our Pacific fleet in defensive positions to protect the West Coast? Why would we put most of the Atlantic fleet in strategic defensive positions on the East Coast before this vote thing ever came to a head? Now you have striker teams, you have all repair teams. That's something that really is getting to me. You know, they're thinking that they're going to need to repair their vehicles so much that they have two repair teams in DC when they normally put that stuff out and it's in tip top ready to go, ready to rock and roll, pristine condition. You should think about that. I'm good, Morbid. How are you? Uh, I hope you're well too. I hope everybody's well. I agree, FDSS. I agree. Well, it might be something bigger than we all expected. Just giving you another food for thought. You know, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs. I ain't saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just giving that a thought. You know, I ain't saying it's going to happen. I'm just giving you something to think about. That I thought was quite interesting to think about. Uh, is war on the horizon with China or another country or countries? Things to think about. You know, something that they try to do is condition you for the inevitable through movies. There was one particular movie that China objected to when it came out and objected hard. So hard that they said they would pull funding from anybody that they had funding too in the movie making industry that supported this film, and it was the new Red Dawn, where it depicted China coming here and attacking us in a more modern setting than what the old Red Dawn was. That's why that Red Dawn movie is all but forgotten, never talked about. It should have been a top seller to nothing overnight, but a $5 CD you could buy in a store in the $5 rack overnight from the time it came out. Why would China want to hush that? Why would China want to hush? They have banned the first original Red Dawn from ever being aired in China. They have banned the second one from ever being aired in China and many other countries as well. Why is that? These are just things you should think about. Food for thought. Not saying that it's going to happen. Now, what prompted me to do this live stream, though, is this particular deal where the man seems excited, the reporter seems excited, and then later on goes, "Oh, I don't support his ways." Okay. But he seemed really excited that the man was coming to New York City to, which his name is Andrew Yang, to, he was really excited that he would be coming to uh, contest the mayor of New York, de Blasio. De Blasio and him want the same exact things, except for de Blasio wanted to lock down New York City. That did. He's running on the campaign now to try to become the New York City mayor, saying that I want it unlocked. Now that it's cool to say everything's going to be unlocked. But he also stated he wanted everybody to have a barcode, either imprinted into their hand or on their phone, to prove that they had the vaccination. Actually, Caterpillar, he's owned that for a while. It ain't that he just suddenly decided. He's owned farmland. He's owned acres and acres of prime farmland in Florida for a while. Um, up North Florida, there's a lot of red clay area and good farming area, and he owns a lot. Uh, so do so does what's his Ted Turner. Ted Turner owns a lot up there as well. And Ted Turner's wife is a known traitor to the United States. So just to let you know, yeah, I'm not trying to be a dickhead to you, Kat. I'm really not. I love you to death. You ain't a dummy, girl, by no means. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good thing to bring up. Why do they own 260,000 acres of farmland across the United States? Why does Bill Gates own almost 75,000 acres in North Florida and South Georgia, along with Ted Turner? Ted Turner's wife is a known turncoat to the United States. Jane Fonda. That's Ted Turner's wife, Jane Fonda. She denounced the United States and became a North Korean citizen. That's how much of a turncoat she was. And then came back and begged for her citizenship back and got it back, handed to her. Hey, Bruce City News. Why would a communist lady and husband do that much farming? Why would Bill Gates, who has spoke openly about eliminating 2/3 of the United States, need farming? Because they know when it comes to eliminating that much of a population, that means the farmers are going to go too. Uh, as much as they try to, uh, yes, Morbid Angel, yes, she did. You can look that up. As a matter of fact, it's still on YouTube, and she was held as a hero for doing it. Held as a hero. All interesting things to think about. But like I said, the reason they got that much farmland is they know the farmers are going to have to go along with the rest of the population. A lot of the farmers will. So food is not going to be a commonplace thing. They're going to have ways to have food themselves. They're going to have to be able to hunt. 260,000 acres, that's a lot of damn food. Think about that. That's a lot of damn food as far as animals go, as far as being able to plant the land goes. And if you look, all them acreage, all that acreage that you were talking about, the caterpillars, also in prime uh, planting farmland or prime hunting land in the United States. I might add, Cat. Jane Fonda did it quite well and got away with it. Her whole family loves her, to tell you the truth. But then again, it might not that they love her. It might not be that they love her. It might be that they love her money and don't give a fuck about her. uh, just saying. But they love something about her because they always talk good about her. I had a friend down in Florida that ran a canoe company down there. And Ted Turner, Gabe Fonda uh, came up and they wanted to get a guided tour and have someone take them down the river. Okay, from Wasissa Springs down to the slave canals, what they called the old slave canals. Hate that they call it that, but that is where a lot of the slaves escaped into the Muskogee Creek land and got away from their white captors. That's why they called them the slave canals. So there's you some history behind that. They called them that, and they wanted people to take them out on a canoe and give them a guided trip down through there. Well, he absolutely refused to even rent them a canoe because he knew what Jane Fonda did and that she was a communist. They literally called the cops on him and tried to get him arrested because he refused her service. And at least the cops in the area upheld with my friend and said he has the right to refuse service to anyone. It's his company. He can refuse the right to service. And they tried to, but they held him up and wasted a whole day of rentals on him, all because of that. So, oh, we'll have a president. It depends on who is still seated at the 20th, if they actually are able to go through the inauguration or not. If they aren't able to go to the inauguration and Trump is still not president, that means Pence would be the president, Mike Pence. If if the inauguration goes through, okay, YouTube watcher, if Biden's inauguration does go through, and then he's removed as president, then come dump Camilla would be the president. No, he's acting like the proverbial whip person, but he's never said he's conceded. All he's ever said is it will be a smooth transition of power, whatever that means. The words I concede to Biden has never crossed that man's mouth. Pretty much, there, YouTube watchers. Pretty much. And for those of you who think I'm being racist, I said the same thing about Hillary Clinton not too long ago. So don't think I'm being racist. I also said the same thing about the Republicans. Cheney, you spread her legs to get where she's at, and she proved it. She's a come dope as well. To be bought for $1. As far as I'm concerned, that is spreading your legs to and giving a service to get the money in your pocket. Morbid, the words that I could see to him have never come out of that man's mouth. I'll tell you that now. It's never come out of his mouth. As a matter of fact, the last words that were allowed to be seen before he was censored was, "I'm going to fight to the bitter end," even in courts about this. So that was the last thing I seen him say before he got censored off of Twitter and Parler got shut down. Right. Okay. Okay. Morbid. I just wanted to let you know I'm not dissing at you, Morbid. I love you to death. You know that. I love you to death. I love you. I love your comments, and because you're very respectful with them, and I love it, and I appreciate it. That I like, and I respect, and I thank you for your comments, and I thank you for how how respectful you are. If that happened, wow, wow, that could be an interesting thing, Kat. Let me look that up. Well, from what I'm reading, that right now that probably would not happen at this point in time if they got all arrested like that. Uh, because the Congress itself is exempt from that. They, however, are not exempt from recall. Oh, uh, um, YouTube watcher I have a feeling if Biden sits in office, he won't be there much longer than 6 months. If he makes it past 6 months, I'll be surprised. Uh, before Camilla takes over, that's if he sits in office. Because they're going to see, they're already testing the waters on the 25th Amendment. They tried to test it on Trump. But the 25th Amendment is truly to get someone that is, hey, Ghost in prison. How are you, buddy? The 25th Amendment is actually used to get someone who's incompetent or mentally or physically out of office. So they're already testing the waters on it to see how far they can push the 25th Amendment with Trump. So Biden, I tell you, you ain't got a snowball's chance of hell, buddy. As you already proved, you can't even read yesterday's speech proved you can't even read and keep track of where you're reading on a teleprompter, much less actually handle a true crisis situation as a sitting president. If you can't even keep track of where you're reading on a teleprompter, how in the hell do you think you're going to hold anything straight when a true national crisis happens? I could see him sitting in a corner sucking his thumb. Oh my God, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to say. Tell me what to say. There you go. There you go. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless the testimony of the two witnesses to the same overt act or on confession in open. Quite an interesting uh, amendment, an article to that amendment. But don't worry. That question won't be able to be asked if Biden and Camilla get their way because they have said, and Pelosi also says the Constitution is an outdated document that needs to be gotten rid of and put into the pages of history as a failed experiment, social experiment. And that's how they've said it. Pelosi said it on right in the House of Representatives. The Constitution was a failed social experiment. Her exact words. And believe that it needs to be gotten rid of. Yes, you're right, Morbid. Right. So if they get their way, and looks like they may, that question may never have to be asked again, Caterpillar, unfortunately. But as it stands right now, no one could be charged with treason, even though they're trying to charge people with treason and say they're treason. And now I see why everybody's saying, "Oh, Trump told me to do it." uh, Therefore, they're absolved of treason as it sits right now. By the Constitution, they're absolved of treason. He has. He has, Cata. And according to the My Pillow guy, hey, random base, that he actually handed Trump a note stating that they had actual evidence all the way down to the footprint leading to the servers in China, or China jumped in on that as well. That he should have had 780,000 votes, and Biden should have only had 38 million votes. 78 million votes, not 780. 78 million votes is what Trump should have had, and Biden should have only had 38 million. That's just China. Don't know about the rest yet. Uh, that's what they found from China. Quite interesting. They found that there was machines hooked into the feed to a smart thermostat to get them on the internet. Supposedly found that. I ain't saying they did. Can't say they did. They supposedly said that though. Or found that. They supposedly at real time found uh, one of the machines on the internet during a vote time for the congressional seats. Uh, this is all hearsay and supposedness. I want to make sure that's understood. All hearsay and supposedly it happened. So I just wanted y'all to know that was what was said. And I was watching the live feed out of Georgia when the man stood up and supposedly said this. So, during the hearing for that down there in Georgia. But as far as Ukraine and Pakistan goes, I do not know. They believe that that has happened as well. That did happen as well. They believe it did. But it's all hearsay, conjecture, and supposedly it happened. I want to make sure everybody knows that for the simple fact. I can't say it's fact. And y'all know why I can't say it's fact. And I do know this. I've had 6. Here's YouTube's way of censoring you. They're either not allowing videos to be posted, or they're taking them down after they're posted if they don't like what they see or hear. They they done that with 6 of my videos now. Either did not let it post at all, or they just took them down immediately after, without giving any reason as to why or anything else. Not even warning me they were taking them down. I might add. I just happened to go back and look at my. I went to go look at my channel and see different things, check out different things, and They're removed and gone. Cat, I know you ain't. You bring up great questions, girl. Thank you. You're, you ain't as you ain't as dumb as you want us to think you are. I love you, girl, and you know it. I love Morbid too. Y'all are great. I agree, Cat. I agree with that. I did, however, listen to words of another kind. Uh, the other kind were, I'm going to let out all child molesters out of jail and prison. Biden said that. Then shortly thereafter, probably a month and a half later, 2 months later, now Biden's son is uh, looking at possible charges of child sex trafficking and adult sex trafficking. Oops. Now we see why he's going to do that. Now you got an understanding. And when he's asked these questions about this, he dodges the questions and moves to a different subject, like to how bad is Trump? How bad is Trump? He even called one guy. He said, "Boy, you're mule headed, aren't you? You just a one trick pony. You don't ever get off that one question, do you?" That's what he said. When a guy, when a reporter, every time he sees him, gets a chance to question him, ask him about that. But he's never gotten an answer, so that's why he keeps asking. Makes sense to me. I agree, Ghost. I agree. But whose agenda is it really? Things should be thought about. Just saying. Damn, believe it or not, I've almost been on an hour. Can you believe that? Can't believe I've almost been on an hour. Wow. I ain't leaving yet, though. It comes with a free yo-yo. $3.99 a gallon. It comes with a free yo-yo. I'm sorry, random basted. That was funny. That was really funny, bud. Thank you. I needed to laugh. Hey, Teflon, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. So my biggest thing though was when I saw tnnn the next news network and their reporter who used to say will never be bought off are always there for you. Now seems to be happy that a man is coming in with the same views as Mayor de Blasio, saying we need to open when it's cool to say we need to open and start a mayor campaign for New York City. It's cool now. Why wasn't he saying it before it was cool? First question. Just now saying it? He wants you to have a barcode either imprinted into your hand, like I guess a tattoo, or you have to have barcodes on your phone or whatever to receive any money. He thinks that everybody should make the same amount of money no matter what. So it don't matter if you're working your ass off uh, 50, 50 hours a week or you don't do no work, you're going to make the same amount of money. He wants it to be $15 an hour across the board for everybody, except for the rich people. That is. Andrew Yang is his name. Oh, I know. YouTube watcher. Yeah, pretty much, Ken. Pretty much. It's all things you should think about when you start cheering on one person and making yourself look like you've become a traitor to the ones that you said you would never be a traitor against. The next news network. Hey, DDT. I'll look it up, DDT. Or look it up, YouTube watcher. I'll look that up. And that's the one that I'm talking about right now, YouTube watcher, that supports a man that and got excited. It almost sounded like he was about to cream his panties uh, for supporting Andrew Yang. And what he says, he's get all excited. He's all excited about it, and then at the very end, oh, I don't really follow this man's policies, but yet he's excited that he's doing this. And let me tell you why uh, he's announcing that New York must open. I'll tell you why. When you got 200 lawsuits and growing that are going after your pocket personally from businesses that are failing or have failed due to his lockdowns, uh, the, I can see why he wants to open up everything. But actually, he don't want to open up everything. If you listen to him, he only wants to open up bars, and he only wants to open up restaurants. He don't care about the little businesses as of yet. And they won't go into they see they tried to get, what do they call that, where they put all the lawsuits together, but they won't even do that. They said no, we're going after him personally, one lawsuit at a time. And the exact wording was, he took everything from us, now we're going to take everything from him. If they did that and put all the lawsuits together, it'd be one lump sum that would probably barely scratch his pocket. So they ain't doing that. They're all going at each and every lawsuit alone. Well, of course, with their lawyers, but you know what I mean. As I've said before, Dee, I'm eating fine. That's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard or seen written in a chat. Ignorant thing ever. Matter of fact, I'm probably eating better than you, Dee. That's why I weigh 192 pounds now. Last last time I weighed, I was 192 pounds. I'm actually flat getting fat. I believe I'm eating better than you, Dee. I'm sure I've had more steak this week than you've had this year, Dee. Sure, I've had more beef than you've had this year, Dee. Just saying. So don't concern yourself about my health. Concern yourself about yours when I know you are not eating uh, uh, as well as me. Then you might as well tell my doctor that that she's a liar too, DDT. I don't think my doctor's going to lie about my weight. I just don't think that's going to happen. Matter of fact, she told me I'd be best off because I'm a little overweight to lose a few pounds. I told her I'd go take a dump tomorrow. I'll take some Axlex, take a dump, and I'll lose 10 pounds. Just see if that made her happy. Like I said, when I'm eating better than you, and I can guarantee I'm eating better than you should worry about your health more than mine. No, they according to the scale, I was 192 pounds, uh, and 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 she said for my height, I'm a little too heavy for my height since I'm only 6 foot, and I should be in the 175-pound range tops. I should go lose some weight. And I told her, well, how's 182 pounds do you when I'll just go take a dump, you know, and see how that works for you. I know I'm full of at least 10 pounds of shit. Okay, random. I ain't even ever heard of tight toes or whatever you call that. Oh wow, there's a stupid dumbass that gets to go bye bye. That's for being stupid. That's even the best trolls, Father McWolf ass, have let that one go. That's for me to know and you to find out, GD. But I do have to. It helps me, not all the way, but it helps me. But I don't feel as though I need to give you my whole financial history of going to the doctor. It's irrelevant. Same here, YouTube watchers. Same here, buddy. So just to let you know. No, I do not. I do not think that is. I think it's planned. It's not as bad as what they say it is. I don't think it's a plague at all. I think it's to scare people who believe in the Bible as much as it's to scare anybody else. They have hit all four corners they can hit with that. They've hit religious corners, they've hit non religious corners, they've brought out Scientology. I mean, everything that they can do, they've hit it, okay, to try to scare people with it. They've even said to try to scare the Native Americans, oh, animals are catching it now, too. They tried to say weasels and skunks and anything in the weasel family is catching COVID, pretty much. Sounds like a fucking underlined code to me. Weasel, trying to weasel the people by saying the weasels have the COVID. Just saying. I mean, they tried to scare everybody. They tried to hit everything they could hit with that to scare everybody with this. That was very well planned tactics and attack as well, if you look at it. Actually, I think for truth, people, if China does do there's a possibility they can do, then you better worry because they got a biological warfare that will scare the piss out of you because they got every disease known to man that's killed people from the Black Plague up in their laboratories. But we got the same, just to let you know. We have the same. So there's just some interesting food for thought as well. China's biological warfare didn't work. Maybe we might need to try our own and then blame it on China. Yep, you're right. YouTube watcher. You're right. Uh, so much to think about. Beards contain germs, but yet I have not gotten sick all year long. I ain't even had the sniffles. Hmm, damn, and I've had this beard for almost a year. I didn't have the sniffles last year either. Wow, beards contain. Uh, that's what they say. Yes, Kata. They're also claiming that any meats that's come from Turkey or any meats that have come from France have the COVID on it as well. They're claiming that as well. So you know, oh my hands are dirty. Oh damn. Oh shit. Oh shit. I got the COVID. Oh no. I can't stop myself. I got the COVID now. Damn it, man. I I played with my eyeballs. I stuck my finger up my nose. Oh my god. I got the COVID now. Here, let me stick it in my ear. I got the COVID now. Oh my god. Yeah, y'all crack me. I just caught the COVID shit. I went all this time without it, and now I got it. Damn, man. Because I played with my beard, stuck my finger up my nose, played with my eyes, and stuck my finger in my ear. Got the COVID. Damn. Y'all crack me up. Y'all really crack me up. You some funny ass people. I just ruined my whole health record by doing that. Mm, damn. That would be nice, Kata. That would be nice if she did. Wonder if someone plans on giving her a gift back. Morbid, everything that I'm telling you is stuff that I took time to look up. I'm telling you. Just uh, hell, some of this stuff I've been looking up right now as people are talking about it. Yeah, I'll tell you that. That's why I say Cat has come up with some good, interesting stuff to pick my brain with as well. Great and interesting stuff. DDT, you're cracking me up, man. Cracking me up, bro. Cracking me up. That's all I can say. But guys, I've been on here an hour and 6 minutes. Appreciate y'all coming in. Appreciate y'all listening to what I have to say, and appreciate y'all giving me food for thought as well. I appreciate y'all for that. I really do. Thank you. Thank all of you. Orbit, DDT, GD, I appreciate your worries about my health, but I would suggest y'all worry about yours more. It'd be better off for you. Uh, I would, yeah, no problem, Dee. I'll read what you got to say as long as you're being respectful. You're being respectful, I'll give you that. But Father McWhoopass was about a dumbass. Ghost, thank you. Morbid, thank you. Uh, Buck DSS, thank you. Feisty, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Random Basted, DDT, YouTube Watcher. All right, well, YouTube Watcher. I love you too, you bearded ass piece of turd. So there you go. Oops, I'm a bearded ass piece of turd too, ain't I? uh, so, y'all have a great day. I am going to leave y'all at that. Have a good morning, good afternoon, evening, or night, whichever the case may be. And